going to go? I don't know. I think so, maybe. I've been watching some. This is Dave Kwasinski, DaveKFitness.com, the philosophy of Dave.wordpress.com. I've been watching some videos at the request of a family member on atheism and atheist arguments, and I'm just going to try to summarize very quickly what I think, just from the top of my head here. I'm hearing these arguments, and many of them end with a dismissal of what the other person, what the challenging person is presenting. And there's a couple of things. One of them, it seems like if you can't measure it or evaluate it with what we've got available to us right now in terms of scientific knowledge, measurement capabilities, current knowledge, that anything beyond that must be dismissed. And a big problem that I see with that is and also one of the things that I watched or was actually listening to while I was driving, there was a dismissal, or they dismissed the possibility of higher being, because you can't base the existence of God on a probability or a possibility. That you can't say, just because it's possible, it could be, benevolent giant pixies or whatever. Well, yeah, that's true. It could be benevolent giant pixies or aliens from another planet or whatever else. But if we continuously denied possibilities, many of our scientific discoveries wouldn't have been made, because a lot of them now we're debating whether the universe is what is it, strings or quarks or whatever. I mean, that's way beyond my my desire to comprehend. And if we didn't have that innate desire to speculate, to write novels, to create different scenarios, we might miss a lot of other things. We might have missed scientific discoveries. So just because it's not within our body of knowledge now doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, and you can't dismiss it because it falls outside of our current body of knowledge or our current ability to explain things or measure or whatever. So if you reduce everything to measurements, you're really just reporting on what is. You're not really necessarily reporting on the cause, but just the effect or the result. And you might be able to explain certain things, but you cannot account for every explanation based on what we know now. Otherwise, we probably have cures for cancer. We wouldn't have these strange, quote, new diseases that pop up. Because we'd be able to explain everything within our body of knowledge. And so if we don't have a natural cause for something right now, that makes it by definition supernatural, because it's other than a natural cause. It's beyond a natural cause. So whether that's some, mystical, magical, supernatural event, or whether it's supernatural, meaning lying outside of our of what nature at this point explains to us it's supernatural. And if we end up in heaven, then the supernatural would then be natural. If we don't, we don't. If they're right, which I don't believe they are, if they're right, then of course we wouldn't be able to do that. But if we do end up in a place outside this universe, then that supernatural event, supernatural to us living here in this finite space, would be natural at that time because we would be able to evaluate it. So we can't dismiss the possibility just because we can't explain it now. That's it. I've gone for 6 minutes already. Didn't mean to go that long. I'm in the middle of doing something else here, and I just had to get that out before I forgot it. This is Dave Kwasinski, DaveKFitness.com, thephilosophyofdave.wordpress.com, on Twitter and Instagram at Dave Kwasinski. Like my pages. I love you. Please pray for me. I'll pray for you. I think we all need it.